Hey guys, and welcome to Mika Reacts and Reviews. Today is a lovely sunny day and the perfect day to react to a video. And today we're going to be reacting to Hopsin. And hold on, let me see really quick. What was the name of the video? Your House, I believe. Yeah, Your House. I have never, ever, absolutely ever listened to any of Hopsin's songs unless it was by accident and I just heard a song and I didn't know it was him. But I have been seeing his name everywhere, like everywhere. I'm a big fan of reaction channels. That's why I made my own. I have 2 other channels and I'll put the links down below. But like every reactor is reacting to this video. Every comment section is like react to this video. And it has a huge like to dislike ratio. It's like 107 dislikes and like 400 or something likes. No, sorry, 107,000 likes and like 400 dislikes or something like that. So the song must be incredible. This must be an incredible artist and probably has a huge fan base. So we are gonna get started right now. I'm actually really excited because I purposely didn't watch any of his videos knowing that I was gonna make this channel, and I was like, no, I wanted to be natural and I want to be really surprised. So let's get right into it. You ready, guys? You ready? You ready? I am so shiny and oily, but that is just my skin. All right. Already starting off, I really like the bluesy type of feel to it. I really like that. It looks like maybe police brutality is the storyline here. I'm not really sure, but let's continue. I like that bass drop, I like the beat change, I love that guitar. Let's continue.
Man, I don't even know what happened. I was born inside of this shit, my fucking parents scrapping. I was mortified as a kid. Police always at my house, all because of my daddy's temper. Man, this shit been going on about as long as I can remember. He'd always blame my mom for the shit he didn't accomplish. I'd hide in the corner like a guinea pig in the process, just knowing he—
Oh my god, the production of this music is really good. The beat's really good. I love the beat change. Then that drum came in and the snare, and it's really good. Basically pretty much talking about his life and his childhood, and I can relate, but let's talk about that later.
About to smack the fucking teeth out of mouth. It's like when it came to some type of drama, he got aroused. No joke. There was the moments where dad would slowly be creeping up. I would jump in front of my mama. Please don't beat her up. I ain't never spoke on this shit. The memories erupt. Smiles and hugs, that's just something you'll never see in us. You know the pain when your parents tell you to go and play, then hours later you—
Ooh. Oh my god. Wow. That aroused bar, that he would get aroused by the idea that he was gonna like beat his mom, or the drama, like, which that's really sick. The fact that he felt like he had to protect his mom and jump in front of her to protect her as such a small child, that's really sad. And the line that he talked about, like he never talked about this before and it's just coming up. Like, so many of us have childhood trauma. So many, unfortunately, that is the case. And a lot of us keep that ish buried. I was about to say the word, which doesn't really matter. But wow, yeah, really powerful so far. I'm really enjoying this. Not in like I'm glad this happened to him way, but I'm really enjoying the message in the video and the production so far. So into it.
See your mom and she got a swollen face. I hope you don't relate. I just learned how to cope today. From the days when I would pick up the phone and say, I gotta leave here now. My mom and dad acting crazy and this ain't right. And they've been going—
Okay, before we get into the hook, wow, yeah, unfortunately a lot of people can relate. He said I hope you don't relate, but unfortunately a lot of people do relate. And you know, as a parent is telling their child to go and play and he coming back and realizing that yep, it happened again, seeing his mother's swollen face. And unfortunately, a lot of us can relate.
Back and forth all night. I wanna stay at your house tonight, cause I don't wanna hear my dad fight mama no more. I don't wanna hear the police at the front door. Can I stay at your house? I wanna stay at your house tonight. Your house tonight. I would go to school feeling so frightened, yeah, I was scared. Not knowing if I'ma go home finding my mama dead. Every other fucking day there was always losing.
Loving the hook. Love it. Again, this music is so good. It like gets into your bones. Like the beat, the production of the music is really, really good. The drums, the still that soulfulness of it with the guitar, and yeah, the whole calling someone, didn't catch who it was, just to get away from the toxicity of the domestic violence. Let's get back into it.
Control. He was acting like a fucking ape running loose in our home. Man, ever since I was born, they was pessimistic and torn. It's evident, but regardless, they never get a divorce. God, I wish they got around it, just checking into some counseling. We could have been a happy family inside our house again. I said again as if we ever were. That's false. Shit I dealt with growing up will forever hurt. I'm lost. We were nothing like the families I used to see on the sitcoms.
Oh my god. Wow, that's wow. Yeah, the whole like, it's weird because like I feel like even today is the whole like struggle love is really, really popular right now, especially with the whole like love and hip hop and stuff like that, where people feel like, oh, I'm a real woman, or I'm a real, even in the black community for sure, like black women are expected to carry the world on their back along with their man and their children, and just like keep taking a beating and still stick up and stand by your man. But I feel like it's even gaining more popularity, like staying in toxic, struggled relationship means that you're a real one. That means you're a loyal bitch or whatever, something like that. And not realizing like you just have to get out of a relationship. You have to remove yourself, especially if it's you have kids, because you are their example. You are their example of what a relationship is. You are their example of what to look for in a wife or a husband. And if it is so common, and this is the cycle of domestic violence and abuse, where people like feel like this is what I grew up with, this is what I'm used to, and it's so easy to, let me slow down, it's so easy to slip back into that.
You were horrible with bonds, I can no longer sitcom. I would see that my friends had a life at home that was peaceful. They were lovable people who didn't function like we do. Or how I wish I could redo the pain of the wicked days, when I'd pick up the telephone, call a friend and say, I gotta leave here now. My mom and dad acting crazy and this ain't right, and they've been going back and forth all night. I wanna stay at your house tonight, cause I don't wanna hear my dad fight mama no more. I don't wanna hear the police at the front door. Can I stay at your house? I wanna stay at your house tonight. Your house tonight. I ain't placing the blame, saying it's mom or dad's fault, but all those traumas I had stuck with me as an adult, and it ignited these mad thoughts that I seem to have often. Yeah, that's Hopsin. Music is where my last straw went. Now I'm devoted to always give you my true life. The love I never felt growing up, I get it from you guys. Please don't get it twisted, I love both my parents to death. I just think there's issues a lot of fucking parents neglect. We all got these traumas we carry, and sometimes it's scary cause we bury the nest right there in our chest, and we subconsciously air and project the nightmares and the stress that we dealt with when we were younger. And that's what they're
Gonna stop right there. Wow. Sheesh, this is such a powerful song. I love the fact that he talked about that he puts all of this into his music, and now this is sort of his passion to relay this message back into the public. I haven't listened to any of his other songs. I don't know if this is sort of a running theme or not. We'll find out when I react to more of his videos. But this is actually a powerful message. I love the fact that he forgave his parents. I do. I really love that, because I really think it's important to forgive anyone who has wronged you, because the forgiveness is not to say what they did was okay. The forgiveness is for you to let go and forgive and to heal from it. So you don't, I'm so oily. So you don't continue that cycle, because what a lot of times happen is people who were victims of any type of abuse, who don't seek help or counseling or anything, can easily continue that cycle because of all that hurt and pain and resentment that they held on to from their childhood and never got help from or never healed from, and then sort of pass that on to their children or their mate. So forgiveness is such an important step in healing, so important. But I have to disagree. I do think it's their fault. That's the one thing I would disagree. I think parenting and deciding to be a mom or a dad is one of the most important decisions you have to make in your life, and one of the reasons why I may never have kids, because I don't ever want to harm a child in any way, whether it's mentally, psychologically, or whatever. Like, I take that is such an important and such a serious thing to do, that it does sadden me when people just kind of have kids without really thinking about it. I think that it is fully the parents' responsibility. Fully. Now, you can say that there was other circumstances, like the society as a whole, that didn't support the family or support the mom or the dad, but I still think it's on them. So I do disagree with that. I don't know how you guys feel, but yeah, but I'm glad he's forgiven, because like I said, I think that's a really important step, and I'm glad that he's rebuilt a relationship with his parents and he loves them. All right, let's get back into it. I talked too long.
He's best. Listen, if you got kids of your own and you throwing tantrums, don't be oblivious and assume that it won't impact them. Children follow the protocol of the parents' blueprint, so when there's an issue, they might handle it just how you did.
Yep. That projection is a lot. Like, you can be friends with someone or be in a relationship with someone, you don't like the way they're reacting to you, or you think they're overreacting about something, or they get triggered by something, usually have nothing to do with you. It's all childhood trauma that they haven't dealt with yet or are still dealing with. My father left when I was younger, but I have a great relationship with my father now. I was abused as a child. I was also in a domestic relationship. I mean, he hit me once, but he beat me up pretty badly, and then I left after that. And there was a time and a space where I took all of that and I punished any other new guy who came into my life, and I made them responsible for me, for that pain, or I made them responsible for healing my pain. And I didn't know how to have a conflict conversation calmly. I would always yell and scream, and I had to realize that they're not my abuser. They didn't abuse me. They didn't do anything to me, and I can't project that onto them, because that's not fair to them and it's not fair to me. And so it's so important to seek out that healing for that childhood trauma. It is so important, especially in Black community, where mental health is still something that's not that talked about. Like, do not be ashamed to go get help, or to talk to somebody, or talk to your friends, or to confront the person you feel like wronged you. Even though I always think if you do that, have very low expectations on their part, but you get that out so you can heal from it and so you can move on from it. I think that was an excellent line. All right, let's continue.
You did. I gotta leave here now. My mom and dad acting crazy and this ain't right, and they've been going back and forth all night. I wanna stay at your...
Woo! That was so good! Oh my god, that was so good! Oh my god, yes, the cycle of abuse, the cycle of trauma, the cycle of toxicity. That cycle can continue. It doesn't happen with everyone. Like, for me, for instance, I didn't adopt like the abuse that I suffered. I almost more or less learned from it, except, and again, when I was really young, in the beginning of me dating and having relationships, I did started noticing things that my mom would do that I started doing, and I snipped that in the bud, because I don't want to do what she did, basically abuse all her children. But stereotypically, generally speaking, that is usually what happens. People absorb what they've learned and then they just pass that on, and it's a cycle over and over again. A lot of people, I think it's changing now. I think with the internet and people educating themselves, but especially back in the day, a lot of people just assumed that the kids weren't being harmed by what was going on with them because they didn't fully understand what was happening and stuff like that. But kids absorb, they're like sponges, and they may not even react like physically like they're traumatized, but they can internalize that trauma and even suffer from PTSD long after that, and that's if they grow up as an adult. So yeah, like, oh, this video is gonna be so long, but this is such a good video, and I like talking, and I'm not gonna be one of those reaction channels that just like bobs their head, watch for 5 minutes, and then say goodbye. Like, this is a conversation. All right, I love this video. Let's get back into it.
House tonight, cause I don't wanna hear my dad fighting mama no more. I don't wanna hear the police at the front door. Can I stay at your house? I wanna stay at your house tonight, your house tonight.
I also want to note that how young, especially in this new section where he's grown up and he has a son, how young he and the woman looks like. And that's another thing, like having kids so incredibly young as well, when you don't even know who you are yet, or what your passions or your dreams and all those things, or how to even handle conflict and stuff like that. Like, it's nothing wrong with having kids young, but I couldn't imagine doing it. Okay, let's continue. Not that's an excuse to abuse or anything like that, I'm just saying. That guitar, woo! I'm a rock and roll girl, so I like any guitar and anything. Correct me if I'm wrong, but he's not an independent artist. Not that I think, I'm not judging, but I don't know why I thought he was though. I had an impression that he was, but it says like nothing wrong with that. I just, for some reason in my mind, I thought he was an independent artist. But regardless, that was amazing. That was super powerful. I completely understand why now this video has been requested and all over every reaction channel video. This was amazing, guys. Hold on, I'm just gonna play it out and make sure. Yeah, that was it. Okay, starting again. Wow, that was amazing. I'm like all sweaty under my arms. TMI. Wow. So I grew up in a home of domestic violence. It was the opposite way around. My mother was abusing my father. And even after my father, when she had like a boyfriend, she like abused him, broke his arm. Like the whole like scene of the kid running under the bed and hiding, that was me, but it was just like the opposite way around. And then when my father left, she turned the abuse on me and my siblings. And then I ran away when I was a teenager and I got adopted, and that was just beginning of the journey of my own healing. I am such a big advocate of these conversations because we really need that cycle of abuse to stop. And child abuse has no race and no color and no gender and no age or anything like that. But because I'm a black woman, I'm going to bring it to the black community and say, like, all those jokes about switches and the big wooden spoon and the belt and all those things, those aren't funny. That's trauma. That is trauma that we're leaving on kids. That is not funny. I'm not saying I'm completely against spanking, but there's so many other ways to discipline children. That is not funny. I know we've made light of, people make light of their pain, but that is not funny. Like, my mom was like extremely physically abusive. Like, so I got hit with way more things than a switch. But even when I got hit with just a switch or a extension cord, that's the other thing, extension cords, those leave marks, those leave scars. And so now you have physical scars and mental scars and emotional scars and psychological scars. Like, don't we have enough issues in our community that we're like passing on this trauma? I'm such a big advocate for these conversations. Please, 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 for the love of God, if you had any childhood trauma, even if you feel like, oh, I'm fine, I feel okay, doesn't hurt to go to a counselor and just talk it out, just to make sure. It doesn't hurt to go to group therapy or just talk to your friends, talk to your siblings, see how they feel about it. Because again, a lot of people just bury that trauma, they don't talk about it. I'm grateful and fortunate that I had the mindset to get help immediately after I ran away, because I just did not want to become my mother. She had childhood trauma that she internalized and then, you know, put it on her kids. And I'm grateful that I ran away and was adopted by a family that really supported that and was really aware of that and had knowledge of that as well, because she also rescued a lot of kids who were from abusive homes. This video was amazing, guys. I know this is a long video. I'm sorry. Expected, because that is just me. Welcome to my channel again. If you guys have any more Hopsin videos you guys will love me to react to, I'm probably gonna react to them anyway, but put them down in the comment section below if there's any type of video, because I'm not just going to be reacting to music on this channel. Any video, any clip, tweet, meme, whatever you think that you want your girl Mika to be reacting to, put it in the comment section below. And please, let's take a journey together to 500 subscribers. That's our first goal. So like, comment, and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm. And let's make this a community. I share new things with you. You share new things with me. And that's it. All right. Bye, guys.